The United States government has introduced a new program offering $1,000 and help with travel for people who are living in the country without legal permission, encouraging them to return to their home countries voluntarily. Well, this plan was introduced by the US Department of Homeland Security on May 5, 2025, and it includes using a new app called CBP Home. You know what's the deal here? If someone is in the US illegally and wants to leave voluntarily, they can sign up on the CBP Home app. The government will help them pay for their travel and give them very small stipend. And that very small stipend is $1,000 to make the process easier. People who join this program will not be a priority for arrest or deportation. Christine Noem, the Secretary of Homeland Security, said that this particular program is the safest, cheapest and most efficient way for people to leave US without facing any arrest. She shared that the government has already helped send a migrant from Chicago back to Honduras using this program. You know, it's a very smart move because it costs a lot of money to arrest, then detain and then deport undocumented immigrant, and that's about $17,000 per person. But this new program is expected to save the US government 70% of that particular cost, making it a cheaper option for the taxpayers. Now, if somebody signs up for this program and shows that they are working to leave, they will be treated as a lower priority by immigrant enforcement. Well, this might even help them in near future if they want to return to the US legally. Let me tell you that the app called CBP Home was used before under the Trump administration for scheduling migrant appointments at the US border points. Now, the Trump administration has changed it to focus on helping people leave the country voluntarily. While this particular program might seem like an easy solution, immigration experts say that leaving the US without finishing legal matter can be really risky. Let me give you an example. If somebody is in the middle of an asylum case or other legal process, leaving the country could mean giving up your only chance to stay in the US legally in near future. In fact, an immigration expert warned that people need to be very careful. Leaving the US without finishing legal procedures could cause serious problem later on. Plus, he raised concern about whether the government has enough resources to fund that $1,000 stipend. Now, this particular initiative fits into President Donald Trump's strong stance on immigration. Throughout his presidency and even now too, he has focused on tough immigration policies. He has said that if people leave voluntarily, the US will help them with money and a plane ticket, and if they are good, they might be allowed to come back in near future. Now we'll focus on Indian migrants. There are so many people from India who are living in the US without legal status. In fact, India has the third largest group of undocumented immigrants in the country after Mexico and El Salvador. As of 2022, about 7,500 Indians were living in the US without legal permission, and this is according to Pew Research Center. This new program could have big impact on Indian nationals in the US. Another example, over 600 Indian migrants have already been deported in 2025. The voluntarily return program might offer some of them an easier way out with financial help to go back to India without facing arrest or deportation. But it's also very important for them to consider the risks and make sure that they understand how it could actually affect their future opportunities to return to the US. So, in the end, this particular program could give some people a way to leave the US more easily, but it's very important for everybody out there, including Indian migrants, to understand the risks before deciding to leave. The decision should not be made lightly, specifically for those who are in the middle of an important legal proceedings.